All right, addicts, this is DJ REM, and I have Herb from the band Scent of Remains on the line. How you doing, brother?
Good, man. How you doing?
Not too bad. Why don't you start by introducing yourself and the other members and everybody's spots, if you don't mind?
All right. Well, this is me. I'm Herb Himes. I play lead guitar on Scent of Remains. We have Michael Yates on vocals. We have Paul Shippers on drums. We have Jeremy Powers on bass, and our other guitarist is Brian P. Lemmings. The P is there to ensure that he's not mistaken with any other Brian Lemmings out there.
Very good. So, why don't you tell us what's going on with the band right now and what everything that's coming up for you guys?
Man, we've been really busy. I guess it was in late October we signed a deal with Pavement Entertainment. They're the same label that has bands like Soil and Tantric and Dark New Day and a really cool band out of Amsterdam called The Charm the Fury that if you haven't heard of, you need to check out because they're just insane. And so we're really happy to be part of that family. They've been treating us really good. The indie album that we released earlier last year, it is last year now, it's 2013, is going to be re-released under the Pavement umbrella, and it's hitting stores on January 21st. So almost happened. It's going to be actually international, global, available all throughout North America, Europe, and some other places as well, I think. So we're freaking jazzed about that. And right now we're basically just kind of, at the beginning of the year, we're kind of, circling our wagons and getting things ready. We're going to try to be on tour early this spring, mid this spring, maybe late March, early April time. Probably going to go out for about 20, 30 days and, see the country.
Well, I really hope you guys make it to Michigan because I want to come see you guys.
Dude, it's definitely on the agenda. We had to pull out last time, unfortunately. We had a couple tour dates that were on that leg up there that fell through, and we just couldn't afford it, which really blows.
Yep, I had. I totally get it. Trust me. But yeah, I was pretty. I won't say devastated, but I was pretty bummed out because I was like looking so forward to that show and meeting you guys, and so.
So yeah, we were hooked up with some great bands up there too. It was going to be a really killer show. So we felt really horrible about having to pull out of that. So we're going to make it up there this time.
Well, hopefully you guys will make it to Planet Rock in Battle Creek because that would be awesome.
Yeah, Battle Creek, Michigan, home of GHS Boomers, or at least it used to be. I don't know if it still is. Guitar String Factory.
Oh, right. Yeah, I don't know either, to be honest. It's about an hour from me. So
open those strings up. I used to always see that from Battle Creek, Michigan.
Very cool. And I have to tell you, I'm really happy for you guys to see you guys get with the label and stuff. I mean, I've been following you and playing you guys for a long time, and to see some of my long-time favorite tracks of yours and then all the new stuff all on this one album together, it's really cool.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, you were actually our first interview, so this is it's like coming home for me here to have to sit down and talk to you again. So that's awesome, and thank you for helping us spread the word. It's freaking amazing.
Well, you guys make, as far as I'm concerned, amazing music, so it's the least I can do. So.
Yeah, well, we appreciate any help we can get along the way. It's not an easy road.
No, it's not for any of us in this business.
No.
So how long has Scent of Remains been together as a band?
We first hooked up towards the end of 2009. And, it was your classic, I think Paul, our drummer, was jamming with a couple other dudes at the time, no longer in the band, and they were looking for a guitar player. So, I answered a bandmix.com ad and hooked up with those guys. It was, I wasn't even planning on playing anything as heavy as SOR when I got in the band. It was, it just clicked. I got there and started jamming with Paul, and, he's a real groove-based drummer. I'm a real groove-based writer, and it really just clicked. And from there, we played our first show probably 5-6 months after I joined the band, and we had some member turnover early on. But so late 2009. By 2010, we'd actually recorded our first record, Mind Thought Fear. Had Danny Fisher on vocals, so that was our first vocalist. Great guy. Still really good friends with Danny, so give him a shout out. And we've just been pushing forward ever since. It's really lucky to find Michael Yates coming in to fill that vocal slot. He's done an amazing job, and he's just a great front man and pretty good guy too overall. So he's just a great person to have in the band. And I don't know, we're still in that stage. We all still like each other. Hopefully it'll stay that way. We're like a family, and it makes it a lot easier to be in a van for 7-8 hours at a time. With guys you like. And I know there's a lot of bands out there that don't like each other anymore, but we still do. So hey, that's good.
Well, that's always a bonus. And if you're like a family, though, I'm sure you guys still have your moments.
Oh yeah, always, always. There's always those moments,
Yep.
We got we're a very collaborative band the way we do our writing, and everybody gets their input and say, and it always turns into something better once everybody has their chance to kind of add their own thing to the song, no matter who starts it. If it's something that I've written or Jeremy Powers has written or Brian's written, everybody has a chance to add their 2 cents in. And so there's not one of these, this is my song and we're going to play it this way. I think that's something that keeps everybody vested and keeps the creativity really flowing. And there's not one point of failure. If somebody gets in your creative funk, we got other guys to step in and do it. So that's another thing that keeps us writing good material and keeps things fresh.
Very good. So how does the writing process work for you guys? I mean, what is it a long process or things go pretty quick?
Man, it's been both. We've cranked out a song. I just started improvising on a couple of riffs, and we stuck them together, and lo and behold, we had a song. That's kind of how Snake in the Grass happened. I just was jamming on a couple of riffs, just improvising with Paul, and he, kind of what happens is before practice, I'm usually just warming up, and I'm throwing some riffs together, just kind of improvising, and if Paul likes something, he'll run in. He may be having a cigarette outside or whatever. He'll run in and tell me to keep playing, and he'll start jamming on it, and every now and then that turns into a really cool song. Sometimes it can take a little bit longer, but typically, right now the writers are myself and Jeremy and Brian, and we'll kind of come up with riffs, present the riffs to everybody else, and we riff off the riffs, if you know what I mean. And, it comes together. We've got a couple new tracks out that we've been playing recently, and it's been even more collaborative than before, and they're great tracks. One's a track called Wretched, and another's a track called Earth Crusher. We've only played Earth Crusher live a couple of times, but that thing is that's a Jeremy Powers riff, and it's just so freaking heavy. It's great. Really bluesy, really heavy, kind of in your face stuff.
Well, I look forward to that being recorded so I can play it.
Yeah, me too. We can't wait. We're kind of deciding if we want to do an EP coming up, or it's kind of whatever Pavement wants us to do next. And,
right.
We're just looking forward to getting back in the studio. But first, we got a tour.
So, is any of that set yet for tour and where you're going to start?
We're putting together right now. Touring is kind of up to us in terms of where we want to play and what we're doing. So we're putting together our proposed set of dates, and then we're going to run that through Pavement, and we're going to try to make sure we get everything set up. So again, we don't really have anything definite yet. We've got a couple of different options planned. One starting going west, one starting going east, and we're going to see how that plays out. We should know more probably within 30 days and try to have everything solidified. If we're going to hit the road in April, we got to get things lined up pretty quickly. So it's all starting to move right now. I mean, promotion for the new album dropping started on the 1st. So Pavement's really pushing that out there, trying to get the name and get the word spread. And I think from here it's going to go really quickly. So I think the next 6 months are going to be quite insane, to be honest.
Well, and I wish you best of luck, and I hope they are.
I hope so, too.
Definitely. So I have to tell you, BTK has always been like my favorite track of you guys. And then I heard Hold You Under, and that was like right up there at the top. And then I heard Wakefield, which is obviously a completely different style of all your other music. And just the fact that to be able to make that switch, I mean, you guys are freaking amazing.
Oh, thank you, man. I mean, yeah, that's we have so many different influences musically, and for whatever reason, we can throw anything out there, and by the time we shake it up and roll the dice, it comes out sounding like SOR no matter what we do. And it's just, I feel really fortunate that we were able to take those chances. I know there was debate about whether we wanted to put Wakefield on the album even, and we decided to go ahead and do it. But when we hit the studio, it wasn't even finished being written yet. It was sort of like we had the music down, we didn't have any lyrics, and so that was one of those that we actually finished recording in the studio. And, that was all coming out of our pocket. That wasn't coming out of a label's pocket or anything. So we were a little bit apprehensive about how much that was costing us, but it was worth every freaking penny to get that recorded.
Oh, no doubt.
And get it on the record. By the time I walked into the studio, they were working on vocals, and I was out. And I came back and started hearing what they were doing, and I was blown away. I was like, wow, that's really powerful. So, we got a couple other things up our sleeve, too, that we're working on that, more along the line of Wakefield. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, very good. Well, I have to tell you, and what's really amazing for me, because I always play like BTK and Hold You Under and Wakefield on my show, and but now it's to the point, and you'll appreciate this, is that people in the chat are requesting that I play you now before I even get a chance to play you, and that just blows my mind.
No, that's awesome to hear, man. That's great. Yeah, we're trying to, we're our first single that we're releasing off the record is From Ashley Rise, and we just released a video for that. As a matter of fact, you can catch it on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, I was going to say, it seems like I just watched that, and it's very good.
Yeah, thank you, man. So yeah, that's the song we're like, that's going to get the little push into the radio stations and everything right now. Don't know what we're going to do. Don't know what we want to do second. There's a lot of debate about what the next song is going to be. But I think we've got a lot of good ones to choose from, and it's fun to sit here and have these are good problems to have,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay, so where do you guys practice at?
We practice at this little rehearsal studio. It's called Midtown Rehearsal Studios. There's a block of 9 rooms there, and they're all about 12 by 12, 10 by 10, something like that, and it's on lockdown 24/7. We can come in and practice whenever we want. It's really nice. Security cameras, everything like that. And, there's some other bands in there practicing. So it's kind of like a little family. There's a common room out there. You can go hang out with other musicians. And there's bands of all kinds practicing. There's a really cool R&B band, and there's a cover band, and, then there's us. Everybody gets along really well. And it's a pretty neat little community that we got in there. So.
Very cool. And how often do you guys get together?
As much as possible, minimum of 2 days a week, and if we can get together more than that, we definitely try. Of course, when we're playing as much as we've been playing, you get less time for rehearsal. But this quiet time we've had at the end of the year up until the album drops later this month, we've been just trying to do some writing and get some other material ready, because we know we won't have as much time to do that once we're on the road.
Right. Yeah, you'll be a little busy.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, so I know I've asked you this before, and I'm going to ask you again. How did you guys come up with the name of the band? Where does that come from?
All right, so this is a true story. The band name itself came from a random band name generator. So it was just putting names into one of those heavy metal band name generators, and that's what came up. But when that came up, it kind of struck a chord. Because when I was 12, I actually stumbled across a dead body. The lady across the street had been murdered by her boyfriend, and I didn't know that. My mom had sent me over to check on her. She was, an elderly lady, and to me, I guess at the time I was 12. So I, went over to check on her like my mom wanted me to, and she had been shot in the head, and I kind of, she'd been sitting there a few days, and I discovered that body, and I guess when I heard that, it's like, yeah, I know exactly what that's like and what that smell is, and it just it resonated with me, and we decided to go with that as a band name.
That was a very intense story, and when as you were saying it, it all came back to me from the last time. But man, that's craziness.
Yeah, I think I turned out okay, minus the tics and the psychoses that I have.
Well, hey, it's helped you make good music, so it was worth it.
It's a good story. It's just thinking back on it, it was a crazy day.
So, speaking of recording this album, what studio did you guys use?
Used a studio out in Knoxville, Tennessee, actually called the Sound Layer, and give my props to Maya. He was our engineer, producer, recorder, everything guy. He's he's 7 feet tall, no kidding. This big Viking-looking guy. He's as gentle as can be, though, and he's a musical genius. And he actually did early recordings for Whitechapel and for Straight Line Stitch and 10 Years and stuff like that. A lot of the recordings that got those guys out, on the major labels. And so he's got a touch, I tell you what, and he's just great. If you're looking for somebody to record with, and you're willing to travel, I would definitely say check out Maya and the Sound Layer, because he does great work. Especially, he does all kinds of music too, from rap mixes and everything to metal. But metal's kind of his specialty.
Yeah, well, and listening to the album, I mean, it definitely sounds amazing. He definitely did a good job. I mean, you can hear it. So.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he's really excited too, because he's got one of his bands going global here at the end of this month, and so
right.
I know that he's definitely proud of that too. So, he's a great guy to work with, and we definitely want to go back and continue to work with him as we progress forward.
Very cool. So, if I grabbed your iPod or MP3 player, however you listen to music, what bands would I find you listening to right now?
Right now, Oasis, Sigur Rós, Enslaved, and who else have I been listening to a lot? Opeth. Those are the bands I've been listening to. And the new Monster Magnet, too. Been listening to that one as well.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, actually,
I'm all over the board.
What's that?
I'm all over the board with what I listen to,
Yep, definitely. Very good. So, what do you do to relax when you're not practicing and working, doing stuff with the band? You got any like crazy hobbies or anything you like to do to kind of unwind?
I actually play a lot of guitar to unwind, believe it or not. It drives my wife crazy. I'm sitting in bed, like, plinking on my guitar. That's how I wind down, too. But I also read a lot. I'm sort of a big nerd, and I spend a lot of time reading a lot of sci-fi and fantasy stuff and biographies, and read a lot of Poe and Lovecraft, and I don't know. That's my wind down time before I go to bed.
Okay, very good. But you said what I figured you would say first was I play music.
Yeah, and that's the thing that keeps me sane.
Right.
Just all my aggressions out.
Very good. Okay, so you have the new album coming out, and obviously you're going to be doing some touring. So what sets Center Remains apart? Why should people buy this album coming out? Why should people come see you guys?
Well, they should come check us out. If they like the music, they should definitely come check us out, because live it's even more intense. It's louder, it's more raw, and we're not one of those bands. We can record an album that we couldn't reproduce live. It's a very faithful reproduction of everything. You hear on the record, you're going to hear it live, but it's just going to have that live vibe to it. And we change things up every now and then. I've been known to wail off on a few improv solos here if I'm feeling you get a night, so the solos might be a little bit different. You never know, depending on how I feel. I still kind of, I come from that old Hendrix school where if you're feeling it, you can just go.
Right.
I like to improv, and to be honest, when I sit down in the studio, I know it drives Maya crazy because I mostly improv my solos. Most of the solos you hear on the record were just improv stuff that I put together and pieced together. So, you're gonna hear some of that, and I don't know. It's every band says that no one sounds like them, but I think we do have sort of a unique sound. It's we're heavy, but we're melodic. We've got 3 different vocal styles going on. There's so many influences in there. If you like Lamb of God, you'll probably dig what we're doing. If you like Sabbath, you'll probably dig what we're doing. I don't know. It's always hard to say, but you should come check us out because it's awesome. Is really what you should do, and it boils right down to it.
Well, I like that, and I would strongly encourage everybody that listen to this interview, check these guys out. Go to their Facebook page, check them out there. Speaking of that, what is the best place for people to find you guys? What social networking and websites and stuff do you guys use?
Yeah, we're plastered all over the place. I mean, if you you can always just go to our main website, www.centerremains.com. We've got music there. We've got updates on there. Of course, Facebook, and from the website too, you can find links to our Facebook and our Reverb Nation. But we're on Facebook, we're on Reverb Nation, and we're still even on MySpace, I think. We're plastered on Twitter. We're pretty much anywhere you can be. I think we got a SoundCloud page, so if you just search for it, you're going to find us. One of the good things about the name Center Remains is if you search for Center Remains in Google, we're the only Center Remains you're going to find. There's not going to be much. We're going to read like the first 10 responses. So we're on YouTube as well too. So you're going to find us everywhere.
Okay, very good. And once again, though, I do strongly encourage people to check out the music. If you can't afford to buy it, come to Rock Addict Radio or Metal Devastation Radio and request, and we'll play tracks for you so you can hear them. So, always options. So I don't think I've told you, but actually on Wednesday nights, one of my shows I do during the week, I actually simulcast now on those 2 stations. So I'm getting you out to double the audience.
Hell yeah, man! Awesome. That sounds great.
So, okay. So what's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you at a live show you've done?
Oh, aside from like technical difficulties where amps explode and things like that, we've had some fights out there. The two girls making out on the dance floor, like rubbing all over each other right in front of Michael Yates, while we were singing in Evansville, Indiana, was pretty dang awesome, I have to say. I certainly enjoyed that. We were almost killed by a concrete truck on our way up to New York City, up to New York to play. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, almost dying. That's pretty wild.
I mean, literally, we had pulled out. There were no cars coming. We were pulling out across. We had to turn left across the median. Well, this car came out of nowhere from our left and just screeched around, popped the median, ran over in the other lane, and almost hit us. And then we look up, and there's a concrete truck barreling out towards us. And, literally, this thing's going 50, 60 miles an hour. We can see it, like, swerving and trying to slam on the brakes. And it's coming right for me. I'm driving, and I'm looking at it right now. And, of course, my initial thought isn't we're going to die. My initial thought is our gear's going to get fucked up.
Right.
Buy all new gear. That was really
right.
tough. And I kid you not, this thing was coming at us. It went up on two wheels, veered to the left a little bit, and missed the front of my car, or my Jeep, by probably 4 inches.
Wow.
The driver drove it on two wheels for probably 100 feet and ended up over on the other side of the road. He wasn't hurt. We weren't hurt. But honestly, that's probably the craziest thing because, I keep thinking we should probably be dead. Because we would be if that thing had hit us. So I'm, thankful there's somebody up there watching for us, And, I don't know, concrete truck, though, that's kind of a metal way to go out, I guess. But, fortunately we didn't. So we're still able to put out some music. But I would say that's honestly the craziest thing that's ever happened.
That's pretty crazy. Thank you for sharing that story.
Yeah, it was, I've got to give props to that driver, too, because taking a concrete truck up on two wheels and managing to keep it together and not, roll over or anything like that, good driving.
Yeah, definitely. Huge props to him.
Yep.
Okay, so now is the most important question of this interview, and I don't know if I've ever asked you this one, so I hope you're ready.
All right.
Which one of you guys in the band spends the most time in front of a mirror before you go live on stage?
What's a mirror?
Ouch, way to kill my question, dude.
I know. I don't know, man. We're not that much of a primping band. It's probably me, but it's not a whole lot. It's mostly like, okay, there you go, that's good.
That works.
Kind of reminding myself about taking my glasses off. That's about the extent of it.
All right, very good. Okay, is there anything else you would like to tell everybody that hear this interview? Is there anything I haven't asked you that you want to make sure people know about Scent of Remains?
Yeah, I'm going to say, just check us out. Make sure to go hit our YouTube page and watch a new video and spread it around. And we like to say spread the scent. It's kind of that kind of works. It's like catch the scent and spread the scent. We're like a plague, and we just want to we want to infect as many people as possible. So let's let this stuff go viral. Get it out there. Check us out. Come see us live if you can. Tell your friends. Tell your mom. Tell your little sister. We're family friendly. Well, not really, but we want to be. And just help get the word out there.
Very good. And I know that I will continue to play you on my show and the other DJs at the station as well, so we'll keep doing our part to help, as you say, spread the scent.
Awesome, man. And anytime, anytime you want to interview, you want to talk to us, we're around. Just hit us up. You know where to find us.
Yeah, and I totally appreciate it. And, the one last thing before I let you go, I need some new radio liners from you.
Hell yeah. Okay.
So the first one, say your name and you're listening to rockaddictradio.com.
All right. This is Herb Hines with Scent of Remains, and you're listening to rockaddictradio.com.
Okay, the second one, if you can do the same thing, but say that you're listening to metaldevastationradio.com.
All right. This is Herb Hines with Scent of Remains, and you are listening to metaldevastationradio.com.
Okay, and the last one will be my generic one for my show itself, so you can say the same thing, but say that you're listening to DJ REM.
All right. This is Herb Hines with Scent of Remains, and you are listening to DJ REM.
Okay, very cool, dude. Please tell the rest of the guys in the band I said hello, and
I will. We got practice later tonight, so I'll let them all know.
Very good. We'll continue, like I said, keep continue to play you guys and follow you guys and keep up and keep on track. And I don't know if I thanked Shauna, but Shauna O'Donnell, thank you very much because you rock, sister.
All right.
So, all right, take care, man.
All right, take care.
Yep, bye.